Good evening, Lake Orion. Well, are we at Chili's or something? It feels chilly. I'm your host, I am. At Taorminas.
That was a bad joke.
Yes,
that was not a good joke.
Yeah.
No, that was not. Yes, indeed. This is Between Taorminas here on ONTV. I'm your host, Anthony Taormina, here with my two co-hosts, Mr. Sammy Taormina and Mr. Ian Weatherspoon. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Hanging in there.
I think I'm in the middle,
Who cares what
so
you
that
think?
makes me the number one host.
Who cares what you
does
think?
Not. You watch your mouth.
One,
No.
1A, 1B.
No.
I hate you.
All right.
All right, let's talk about college hoops, gentlemen.
It's early March.
Early March. We're in March, so
Yeah,
that
This
means
is the
we're
best
in
month
March
of the
Madness.
year. Who cares about National Reading Month? It's March Madness.
What? Why? National Reading Month's good.
Throw the books out. It's NCAA tournament time.
That
Get
ain't
the brackets
right.
out.
Throw the books
Hey,
on, turn the
National
TV
Reading Month's a
on.
great month. I like reading good books. Hey, I write books. You know that, Sam. Okay, so all right, so zip it. All right, let's talk about March Madness nonetheless. We got some couple big games coming up here. We've got Michigan State hosting Michigan in the Breslin Center. Michigan State, Tom Izzo has recommended that the Izzone say go green, wear white. That gives you a hint that Michigan State, you know what color they're wearing. So let's talk. Michigan State beat Michigan.
They should wear those script
In Ann
Magic
Arbor.
Johnson shirts.
Michigan
State.
State beat Michigan in Ann Arbor. So what do you guys think?
Well, I believe Tom Izzo also called this the biggest game in Breslin Center history.
That's
I don't know
I
about that.
believe he said that.
He said it, yes, but I don't know if that's
rivalry
about
game.
Well, it is for all the marbles in the Big
Yes, it
Ten.
is.
You know, before the tournament starts next week.
And you could get a banner if you win the this
Right.
game.
Right.
Michigan don't have an answer for Cash Winston. I mean, a lot of people say Xavier Simpson. Is
Don't
the
tell
answer.
Xavier Simpson that.
Well, I just think Cassius Winston's obviously the Big Ten's player of the year. I think he has been consistent.
Yeah.
He's played well. I mean, I think he's going to be the catalyst to get this team. And when you have no Nick Ward, no Josh Langford, no Kyle Earns, I mean, those
Which he
guys,
might play.
Ward?
Arns.
Orange
Arns?
might play.
I hope he does.
Yeah.
But I think that but Cassius Winston's been the catalyst of this team,
Yeah.
They've virtually got no backup point guard. I mean, no offense to Foster Lawyer, but
Oh,
I
God.
just think that they really got no backup point guard. But I really like the way Thomas Skitier's played for this team. I mean, stepping up in Nick Ward's absence. Xavier Tillman, of course, forced to start.
Goins.
Goins has been playing great. I mean,
Dual
Tillman.
Matt
kinda
McQuaid.
guy.
That's not even talking Matt McQuaid.
Tillman.
Right.
And that's not even talking Matt McQuaid either. I think that Michigan's got no answer for Matt McQuaid. And basically, I think this is going to be a very interesting matchup. And I think Michigan State right now, the way that they're playing, is going to give Michigan a lot of problems.
Well, it's very interesting because when they first met about a month ago, 2 weeks ago, in Ann Arbor,
Yep.
I think Tom Izzo really surprised John Beilein with their game plan.
Yeah, I thought it was a great game plan Michigan State had.
Right.
Really, really good game plan.
And I don't expect Beilein to be fooled like that again.
No.
I don't expect them to be that,
No.
I guess, surprised.
But I think when you look at the matchup for sure, Ian, is does Michigan have an answer for Cassius Winston? Cassius Winston could take over a game by himself, literally.
He can, and the good thing is if
think
you
this
double him, you got other guys that
You got
can
Matt
shoot.
McQuaid can shoot
Right.
it. But if it comes down to a bench game, I'm a little nervous.
Right.
Well, I mean, the thing is, Michigan's hoping that Xavier Simpson will counter.
Right.
Also, Michigan's got some pretty good three-point shooters, as we all know.
They do.
And they got an inside game. That's what's helping with
Well, if
Michigan.
you get Teskey in foul trouble, they got issues. You know that, I know it, and he
Right.
knows that. And Michigan State's got Xavier Tillman who can go in there, Thomas Skithier can go in there. I think, when you look at a guy like Teskey, if you get Teskey in foul trouble, they got big-time problems.
Right.
The question is, what happened last time Michigan went to Michigan State?
I try not to think about it.
Michigan won.
By a lot.
I mean, if you guys remember that, Michigan controlled tempo basically, had some timely threes.
Well, that's the thing that makes Michigan a lot different of an animal, is when their shots fall. Mm-hmm. When their shots don't fall, they don't have a chance.
They're average. Yeah. They're mediocre.
Right. So their shots weren't falling, and they haven't made a lot of shots this year. They haven't had the 3-point shooting a John Beli team normally has.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know both these teams had some really bad losses. I know
Michigan State lost at Indiana
twice.
At Indiana, where else? At Illinois.
Michigan State in that Indiana game, I felt Michigan State was controlling that game with Indiana. Yeah, Michigan lost at Penn State. I mean, it's not like they've had some,
Right.
So they've completely dominated the conference.
Well, what's helped is Purdue lost. That's what helped both Michigan.
Purdue's been doing pretty well this year, guys.
It's been a surprise, especially with Carson Edwards.
Very under the radar.
Matt Hearns, I believe, is the other one. He's had a really nice year for Purdue. Mm-hmm. They're big in the interior. But I think it comes down to Michigan State this weekend. That's going to decide a lot of things. It wouldn't surprise me if Purdue gets upset again by Northwestern. It really wouldn't.
That would be a surprise to me.
That would be, well, the Big Ten
with all that's
wacky.
on the line.
Big Ten is wacky.
Very wacky.
It could surprise some folks to say if Indiana wins the Big Ten tournament. I know Joey Tyson's been up and on with Indiana, you know what I mean? But if Indiana wins the Big Ten tournament, that would be shocking.
They don't look like an Indiana basketball team.
No, they do.
No, it's not your typical Indiana basketball team.
No, not the Hoosiers.
So we all can agree that Indiana won't win the Big Ten tournament.
They got a shot.
I mean, you never know.
You never know.
They have no chance.
Big Ten is wacky.
Yeah.
They have no chance.
I'll put you at your word on that.
Especially the dogfight that's going to happen on Saturday, that can expel a lot of energy between Michigan and Michigan State. True. So we'll see how focused they are next week.
Both teams will have double bye in the quarterfinal, though. Double bye will help big time.
True.
We also got the Horizon League tournament happening at the Little Caesars Arena. It's the final tournament at Little Caesars Arena for the Horizon League. They're moving to Indianapolis next year.
Which stinks.
I know, it stinks.
Detroit's got to get their act together.
I know. But anyways, we've got they decided to move the Horizon League first round games, the quarterfinal games, to campus sites. Mm-hmm. And
I like that move.
That's a good
and Detroit Mercy went down to Northern Kentucky, and Oakland hosted Youngstown State. Youngstown State's been a thorn on Oakland's side, especially in postseason. In the postseason, they've had some battles. Oakland and Youngstown have had some battles, and Oakland won yesterday. And
high-scoring game.
Yes, very high-scoring game. It was a war. Not a lot of expectation this year for the Grizzlies, and they return everyone next year. How much of this is a good confidence booster for Coach Campy?
Well, especially after we talked about it pre-show, there's been very lofty expectations on Campy and Oakland. It seems like
every
past
year.
5 years now, especially. So for them to kind of play loose, just be themselves, it's, I think, been absolutely what they needed.
You know what's funny is Gary Gilbert wrote a column on this and said that Oakland was going to be in a rebuilding year. And he said, and to think that this team would win 10 Horizon League games, to get the number 3 seed in the Horizon League,
4-game home streak,
and then, of course, to win a game in the Horizon League tournament, that's not a rebuilding year. That's a reloading year. And I got to give Greg Campy a lot of credit. He's been on our show before.
Yes, he has.
He has.
Get back on
he
here.
has. He's led this. He's basically led this team from the doldrums back up in the Horizon League standings. I mean, Oakland they were projected to finish 7th in the Horizon League. That's nuts, And now Oakland is now back to where everybody, a lot of people, they should be. You know what I mean?
Right. Which is the top
Which
tier
is
of the Horizon League standings.
Top tier of the Horizon League standings. I mean, but this is going to be very interesting. It would not surprise me in the Horizon League tournament that Oakland beats Northern Kentucky. It really wouldn't surprise me. I think Oakland matches up a lot better against the Norse than they do against the Wright State Raiders.
I think also with it being the day, with it not having, it used to be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. with their getting more days, especially Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's a more even playing field for if you're a number 3 or a number 4 seed. I think that will help a lot going into the Horizon League tournament.
And you have those days of rest.
You have those days of rest, yes.
And they're the de facto home team. Mercy's at home, so they're not playing.
Oakland's at home, not Mercy.
I mean, Mercy is at home. They're in their house.
Detroit Mercy's out in both men and women.
Exactly. They are gone
Detroit
at their
Mercy
homes.
will not, be participating in this.
So Oakland is now they're right down the road. Green Bay's got to travel, Wright State, you know what I mean, Northern Kentucky.
Yep.
So they should have a good fan base, good representation, especially seeing the footage from yesterday's game.
I hope
arena.
that fans come out there,
I think they will. I think they are inspired by this team, because of the, kind of taking everybody by surprise.
I know Wright State will bring a lot of fans too, because both their men's and women's teams are both in, as are Green Bay's.
Yeah, both those good basketball schools.
Very good.
Now, quick, you just got my mind kind of rolling here. Greg Campy, friend of the program.
Yes.
Big baseball fan.
Yes.
You think he picked up the phone, had a call with Ron Gardenhire at any point? Do you think he will? Says, hey, Ron, look what I did with my boys. They expected us to finish in the cellar. Look what we can do with some young, motivated men.
That might be a good Ask Campy question.
Do we see the Tigers? Maybe everyone's,
That'd be a great question to ask Coach Campy on the Greg Campy show. That's a great Ask Campy question.
All right.
That's 2 words.
I don't want to hear them.
And
yes.
Oh. And
yes.
Oh. No.
All right, so
we'll get into the Tigers more, but
yeah, I'm personally I'm proud of Oakland.
Yeah.
Always will be.
Right.
But I'm really proud of this run that they're having.
It wouldn't surprise me if Oakland's in the Horizon League final on Tuesday night.
What did they do against Northern Kentucky earlier in the year?
Win the tournament.
They beat them at Oakland.
They beat them at Oakland by 1.
I was gonna say it was a close game.
Yeah.
And then down there.
Down in I believe it was in Vance. I believe it's
in Northern Kentucky.
Northern Kentucky, it was not good.
Well, lost by like 10, but Oakland played a really tough back-to-back, and give Northern Kentucky credit. I mean, they got the Player of the Year. Their power forward's really good. It'll be a good game on Monday. 9:30 start.
PM?
Yes.
Whoa.
If Xavier Hills may stay out of foul trouble in that matchup, Oakland's going to beat Northern Kentucky. That's not even a question.
Ooh.
Any final thoughts?
Crazy March.
You know what? I'll tell you what. For as down as this area is with sports right now, I'm starting to see a little light at the end of the tunnel. And it's nice. In March, we have 4 teams in our local area playing good basketball right now. It's a
Oakland,
it's a bit
Michigan
fun.
State, Michigan.
And
To be fair, Detroit, Mercy too. Actually, Antoine
They
Davis.
got a young star on their team.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, basketball might be back in the state of Michigan.
All right, we'll be right back with Between Taorminas on ONTV.
Hi, I have some exciting news in case you haven't heard. The Orion Chamber is hosting a Women in Business Conference. It's going to be on Tuesday, March 19th from 11 o'clock to 1 at Kings Court Castle in Canterbury Village. It's going to be beautifully decorated by something fabulous, which brings me to the speakers. They're going to have Kimberly Allen, who owns Something Fabulous, along with Susan Kruger and Carrie Birmingham, along with, and the keynote speaker is Angela Moore. She's president of The Body Principle. The cost is very inexpensive. It's less than the cost of a professional headshot. Why do I bring this up? Because they have invited me, Paula, with Paula Kurzawa Photography, to photograph all the people that attend a free headshot. So if you have not registered, you need to do that very soon. They're closing the registration quickly. And I heard the food was going to be amazing, so hopefully they'll feed me. If you want any tips on how to get the best headshot, please look at my video. It's on my website, Paula Kurzawa Photography. Thank you so much, and enjoy the conference.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas on ONTV. I'm your host, Anthony Taormina, along with my co-host, Sammy Taormina, and some guy named Ian Weatherspoon. So, gentlemen, how are we doing?
We got
Great
Pistons
intro.
to talk about.
Yeah,
Great
pro
intro.
basketball now.
Pro basketball.
Can I start off by saying a few words?
Sure, go ahead.
I've hated the Pistons for a very long time now.
Me
Was
too.
not happy with the Blake trade. Hated Drummond. I mean, my God, it looked like he was sleeping for the past 5 years. Looked terrible.
So
They draft Luke Kennard over Mitchell. I mean, there's a laundry list of issues.
You wanted to throw your.
But I will say one thing. Okay, Dwayne Casey, good coach, good hire. Weird how that all ended with Stan. They took forever, whatever. But Blake, you know, you can say what you want about his play on the court, but the standard he holds the team to, he's kind of really been a shot in the arm because he doesn't tolerate the Reggie Jackson, you know, foolishness. You know, he's asking more of Andre to be the star he can be. And the past month of basketball from Andre, I mean, that's what we've been craving. To see some emotion, to see some dominance. The man can do it.
This franchise has been funny. I mean, ever since February 1st, they've won 10 of 12.
It's insane. I didn't see it coming.
I didn't see us coming either. The only issue I still have is there's fans still not in seats over there.
Well, time out. The competition they've played,
that's been pretty good.
it's been okay. It's not been great.
not
You know,
been
you got the
great.
Raptors without Kawhi. The Timberwolves last night are not very good. I can't think who else
They
they
still
played
have to
recently,
go to the
but-
West Coast, which is going to be
They
brutal.
gotta play the Warriors.
Which includes Golden State.
Yeah.
They got to go play. They still got
I
a
think
couple
I go
teams.
Sacktown, maybe? No, they already
Don't
played
they
in
play the
Sacramento.
Clippers?
The Clippers, I believe, come here.
It's this team is odd to figure out because they look good a couple times. They're like very streaky.
They are.
And there's one time they'll get hot, and there's sometimes they'll
Sam,
get cold.
haven't you been very negative about the Pistons?
I have, and I still am very negative on this team. Salary cap.
Same with you, Ian.
Salary
Same
cap.
with me, I'll admit.
Salary cap issues is a big concern with this team because when you look at this
Right.
team, Reggie Jackson is overpaid. Andre Jackson. Andre
Jackson.
Drummond.
is overpaid. Blake Griffin's definitely overpaid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what a bunch of overpaid teams that we have here.
Right.
This is an overpaid franchise that needs help.
I think the only thing you can hope for.
They're healthy right now.
They're healthy, and their shots are
Did you
falling.
see Greg Kelser slam Mike Valeni?
Whatever.
Whatever.
Who cares?
But anyways, my point is the
Pistons
Stones
are
are healthy.
They are healthy. I mean, who's Greg Kelser to talk? They've been terrible for a decade. So,
Well,
I mean, it's good that they're starting to play
I'm
well.
happy
But
they're
Compared
playing
this
well.
team to the 01-02 Pistons.
what, about to be
Compared
good?
this team, yeah.
I didn't hear the comments, I guess.
Oh, you didn't hear him last night. My
So does that mean in 2 years we're going to win the championship?
No.
Okay, didn't think so. But it's inspiring that Blake to me has exceeded expectations in terms of what he's brought on and off the court. And this summer, if I know they won't do it, but if they could somehow trade Reggie, I would not be opposed to still trading Andre.
Mm-hmm.
Get themselves some freedom. They're not going to do these things because the overlying problem is the owner.
Yeah, Tom
He's
Gores.
still clueless.
Yes.
But look, I don't know.
I'm happy the Pistons are doing all right. They're sixth
too.
place in the Eastern Conference right now.
And their only hope in the playoffs, I think, is if they play the Pacers.
Yeah.
Like, do we see the Pacers holding serve and staying in that 3 seed?
I think we do.
Really?
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Philadelphia will come back. Maybe Boston will make a comeback.
Well, if Indiana's a 3 seed and they're playing the Pistons, great match for the Pistons.
It is. I mean, that's
But
their
if
only
they play
hope.
the Toronto Raptors, they're done.
They can't beat the Celtics.
They ain't gonna beat the Celtics.
They're not going to
gonna
beat
get
the
killed by the
Raptors.
Bucks.
They're not going to beat the Bucks. They're not going to beat the Sixers. That's a bummer for me is I don't think we play Philly anymore this year. I want to see Andre now play Embiid. You know what I mean? Embiid has owned this guy. Call him a baby basically
know.
for
years it seems like.
I know.
But Andre to me is rejuvenated. He's the guy now that I'm
I
looking
think
at
Andre's
like
due to get back at Embiid.
I wanted to see a matchup. It'd be nice if we could see it somehow in the playoffs. I don't envision it, but
Right.
at least we have something to be a little bit excited about. I actually looked forward to tuning into a Pistons game last night as opposed to feel like I'm sitting in the dental chair for a root canal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know. It'd be nice if we could get some fans back down there too, right?
Yeah, that's not.
I agree with Sam.
That's not gonna happen.
I agree with Sam.
We'll see.
Not gonna happen.
We'll see. I mean, if they keep
But-
playing like this, there's a
So
hope.
the Pistons have got the Bulls next in Chicago.
Back to back with the
Back-to-back
Bulls.
with
Home and home.
Oh, the baby Bulls.
Well, the
Bulls are struggling, kids.
That's the other thing. In the East, anybody below the Pistons, I mean, who's under them? The Heat?
Heat, the Bulls,
The Hornets,
Cavs.
No, but directly under them. The Nets.
the Nets.
I mean, these are there's like 5 good teams in the East, and everyone else is basically tanking,
Right.
and their schedule's soft now.
Right.
Are the
basically.
Pistons- I don't think
Yeah.
the Pistons are tanking.
They are not tanking, clearly,
Tanking.
but they are playing a lot of tanking teams like the Bulls.
They could catch the Celtics. Could they catch the Celtics?
No.
They're 15.5 games.
They're going to be the 6th seed.
back of the first
They're
seed.
going to be the 6th seed.
They got a long way
Well, I
to go.
can't count out New Jersey, can't count out Charlotte, can't count out Miami. Can't count out Orlando either.
True. We'll see. I mean, what do they got, about 18 games left, something like that?
We'll see what happens.
So you both are now saying the Pistons are going to make the playoffs.
They're definitely going to make
They're
the
going to make
playoffs.
the playoffs, fortunately.
Okay. So what does Joey Tysick think of this?
Sam, you listen to the pod. What's
yeah.
Joey Tysick saying? What's the
know it.
podcast called? Go ahead and promote it real quick.
Views on the Sideline. It's a good show. Features Joey and Chris.
When do new episodes drop?
Weekly.
Weekly.
Very similar podcast.
Beautiful. What did
So-
Joey have to say on the pod?
That I have not heard yet.
Okay.
To what I've heard, I guess he is happy, dancing for joy, and is celebrating.
No, I know he's not.
I heard he was lathered up.
I heard no, he's not happy about the Pistons. No.
I heard he...
He wanted draft picks, didn't he?
I heard he's
did.
tanning like Tom Gores right now.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, him tanning like Tom Garth. Oh, I won't go into that.
All right. It's a scary
Any
visual.
final thoughts on the Stones? How about the Lakers missing the playoffs potentially?
Well,
That's possible.
when your star player, takes half the season off and
And
Looks
not
like a
to
baby
mention-
out there
And
right
not to
now.
mention the trade talks.
yeah, the Lakers are a mess.
Mm-hmm.
They are an absolute mess.
Okay.
We should go to break before Sammy's girlfriend has a conniption here, I
I
think,
don't.
huh?
No, I don't.
All right. We'll be right
be
back
right-
with Between Taorminas on ONTV.
Lake Orion families are invited to hop on over to the Orion Center for the 2019 Bunny Bop on Saturday, April 13th, beginning at 9:30 a.m. Pose for a photo with the Easter Bunny, enjoy refreshments, create crafts, and take part in a hunt for Easter eggs filled with candy and other surprises. Children will be divided by age groups and are encouraged to bring their own basket. As for the older kids in the family, Orion Township is holding its first ever flashlight egg hunt on Thursday, April 11th at 7:45 p.m. Kids aged 9 to 15 are invited to come out to Fort Pontiac at Camp Agawam to hunt for Easter eggs in the dark. There will be plenty of photo opportunities at the 2019 Bunny Bop and Flashlight Egg Hunt. For more information, call 248-391-0304 extension 3500 or visit orionparks.com.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas here on ONTV. I'm your co-host.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What losers do I deal with? Okay, gentlemen, how we doing?
Doing all right.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about both your teams' favorite team, the Detroit Lions. Well, no, his is the Cleveland Browns. Yours is, I don't know.
Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, yeah, Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
So,
That's a good team. Which is Chris Bell approved, by the way.
Ugh.
oh, boy.
A lot of interesting stuff going on.
Yeah.
A lot, free agency starts next week. Combine just happened.
And the Redskins made a trade. For
Redskins
Case Keenum.
agreed to Case Keenum. So there's another team that
That's a bad trade.
How about
Looks like
Jason
they don't
Witten
need a
returning to the
quarterback.
Cowboys out of retirement?
Interesting.
very stupid.
That's not stupid.
It's really dumb.
Okay.
He's played 15
I
years.
know he's played 15 years.
Give it up, man. He could get very. I mean,
Now, what
that-
do you want to talk about the Lions?
What? Oh, could do a whole show. 3 of them.
I'd fall asleep.
There's a lot to talk about.
I'd fall asleep.
Look, basically, I think for me, you let me know what you think about this. This is Bob Quinn's most important offseason so far. This is one of the bigger off seasons in Lions' recent history. To me, they're at a bit of a crossroads.
Yes, yeah.
because if you have another year of Stafford looking terrible, then you got to find a way to move on from him. But how do you move on from him? How do you trade him if he's so bad again? So it's like there's a lot going on here. And they have a lot of cap space, but they really don't. There's a lot going on.
Yeah,
you got to hit the home run in the draft.
And I don't see any home runs in this draft.
I see lots of home runs in the draft.
I don't see
especially the top half
I
of it.
don't see any of them. I know Lions are drafting 8th. You know.
You don't like Montez Sweat?
No.
You don't like Josh Allen? He might not be there. You don't like Devin White?
He won't be there.
You don't like Hawkinsack and whatever from Iowa?
If they draft the quarterback, you know that's the end of Stafford.
They are not going to draft a quarterback.
Are you saying they're going to draft the defensive end?
I have no idea what they're going to do. That's why this free agency is so important.
They're going to be stupid. They're going to be stupid.
Look, what if they sign?
They're going to be stupid.
What if they sign Trey Flowers in free agency? Then you don't need necessarily to draft defense in the first round.
No.
Right?
Or what about the guy that the Giants?
Landon Collins is available.
You bring those two guys in. You know what? You're set.
Those two guys probably can't afford both of them because what's his name is going to command a lot of money. Trey Flowers. So I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of interesting things to think about. You guys seem a little lax on the Lions these days, though.
They're not going to be. They're going to be so stupid. They're going to be so ignorant.
Guys, we're only in our early 30s. Okay, you better strap in. Okay, we got another 30+ years of this crap. Okay, to get mad about. So let's see some emotion, right? Let's get mad for no reason.
I'm going with the Cowboys. I'm not turning against Jeff.
Oh, brother.
Mm-hmm. I am not turning.
And, of course, I changed my allegiances months ago and became a Vikings fan. So I'm telling you right now.
Look, why don't you guys pick a good team? If you're going to have all 32 teams
right
to
now,
pick from.
Ian Albert Weatherspoon, is this. Why don't you just go be a Saints fan?
I am.
Yeah, why don't you just focus on your main team being the Saints?
I'm
telling you right now, Ian, you would be so much better on Bourbon Street than you would supporting the Lions.
Ian, the Lions have been to go against the home team.
The Lions have been so miserable in all our years that, you should be a Saints fan. You should keep an eye on the Saints off season. Whereas with this garbage the Lions have, this is going to be 30. You're right. This is going to be 30, maybe 40, maybe 50 years of this stuff. I mean, like,
can't argue.
This is going to be so bad. This team is so bad that can you trust Bob Quinn anymore? Absolutely not. You cannot trust Bob Quinn anymore with this product. You can't even trust the direction where this team is going. They're going to draft poorly, and it's going to show in this month's draft. You just watch.
History would suggest what you're saying.
History is on our side here. This is going to be an epic disaster for the Detroit Lions. It was that way for the Pistons a couple years ago. When the Pistons don't know how to draft, the Lions don't know worse.
Hey, they had a good draft last year. Ragnow, Carrion, Deshaun Hand, Tracy Walker. It was a good draft last year. They can build on that. Patricia has shown the ability to kind of take some cast-offs. Romeo Okwara, Devon Kennard, make some pieces on defense.
All right, guys, that will do it for this episode.
Darryl Bevel's here.
Have a good night. Bye, everyone.
Darryl Bevel. I want to see Bevel.